Check out that sunrise. I missed Florida. It is quite early in the morning, I believe around 7. And this will be my first episode back from my accident. I've done some diving off camera just to get back into the groove of things. And today I'm going to a rather familiar spot to me and now to the channel. Is out at the tanks. See if we can get on the snapper spawn and maybe, you know, shoot a cobia. See you out there. Alright, welcome back underwater, everybody. As this is the first video and dive I've done in a while, I got some maintenance things, so enjoy this video of me not shooting anything. First is channel name change. Crystal shaft, crystal spear, crystal blade, fishing, spearfishing, I don't know. But I feel like the hook part of the name is becoming less and less relevant. Second is, should I be doing videos like, dry age stuff, fishing content, etc. Like should I be vlogging more of the travel and just like hanging out with the dive buddies, including that, cooking? I can do any of that. Alright, now to the video. This is on the way up from that last dive that you just watched. I saw a mackerel, so I stick my head back down and I see this mackerel. I kind of do a little duck dive. I go down, and I haven't shot a gun in forever, so I place this rush shot in the top of the body, so it's a really not a great holding shot. And so I'm pulling it in as carefully as I can, and this goliath starts to get interested in it. You can see it up under the mackerel right there. But I kind of grunt and then get the thing close to me, and the goliath goes away. I've still got to play it super careful though, because you can see how barely hanging on that shot is. So you want to grab these mackerel by the tail. And once you get him, you got to make sure brain, bleed, and gut, especially with mackerel, or else it'll taste super fishy. That is my first fish in a while for the cooler, and first fish of the trip. Now, this next dive, I go down. It's a really good example of how to hunt these kinds of reef with big structure, right? Because you wanna hide behind things. So the first thing I do is I land outside of the big structure, and I kind of look for a place to hide behind as I'm doing that. I'm kind of scanning along the bottom. I almost commit to this pipe, and I see this nice big one right in front of me. And so I go and I hide most of my body behind this big pipe right here. And I sit there and I stop and I start my grunts, and I see the snapper I want come in. And as it comes in, I ready myself here, all the way on the bottom, and unfortunately it doesn't capture it, but I take a shot on it, and I get it in kind of like the meat of its face, not even the meat, like the skin of its face. So it's not like the best shot, but it holds. And I get my first snapper of the trip. This next dive is mass perspective. He's kind of floating on down to the bottom. He has like a noticeably different style of diving than me, where he's a lot more mobile than I am. Both of them work. He sees this snapper that he likes and waits for it to give him a good shot. And once it gives him the go ahead, he plugs it. He pulls it right to his body to keep it away from the goliath, and that's first snapper for Matt of the day. This next dive is kind of fun. We had just moved over about 100 yards to a different area of artificial reef, and I see this hogfish out in the sand, and then I see that there are two others with it. It's hard to see, so I'll stop the video and I'll show you right here. 1, 2, and 3, right? The one in the middle looks to be the biggest, so I kind of follow him and I take my time, try for the stone shot, and I fail. And he swims out behind the pipe. I just kind of go up current of the pipe so that I can pull him out from it without having to go all the way down to him. And then I get my first hogfish of the day. Nice little guy. Alright, so this goliath has a shaft in its mouth, and I'm going to show a compilation of me and Matt missing and sucking at spearfishing, just to show it's not all, shooting fish all the time. So here's a tank, big snapper. I screw up. I'm taking way too long to shoot. I finally shoot and I miss. All right, next one. I missed. Just a missed shot. And Matt misses. And Matt misses again. This one's kind of fun. I go down to retrieve a fish that someone else left, and I see a big hogfish. So I reloaded underwater, shot the hogfish, and it tears right out. I was pissed. So then I go back down to get the gun that had been left on the ground by one of our dive buddies with a fish on it. Could have just dragged the gun away.
And I got your fish.
Stop. Stop, bro. Stop, man. Stop, bro.
He's so big, bro. I see why you pulled the gun out of your hand.
All jokes aside, this kid redeemed himself on like the very next dive. We get to a tank. He puts a shot in a really nice snapper, and I go in for the recovery dive. But he's stoned. This ended up being the biggest snapper of the day, and yeah. So he should stop letting go of his gun when he shoots the fish. But other than that, he's on his way to being much better at spearfishing than I am. I can never get stone shots.
Alright, Davis. Alright, Davis. Alright. PB mangrove for you, Davis.
Alright, so we changed spots. This is a little bit more of a natural reef. And as soon as I get down to the bottom, there's just this big school of snapper. I don't even think I get down to the bottom. They just come right up to me. And I kind of look for the biggest one in the school. He's kind of lagging behind. And I finally get my first stone shot of the year. Rolled him. I think that's my first stone shot of the year. I'm not sure. I think I had another video in January, but anyway. Nice little snapper. We get to another spot, starting to drift for cobia, and we see these. We saw several sharks, but this is the only one we got on video. This is Matt following around this nice hammerhead. We also saw a bull shark with some cobia on it, but I think they were undersized. I didn't see that particular shark, but yeah, this one is also Matt's perspective. He's swimming around and he sees this cobia on the bottom, and he kind of follows it from the surface, and then he dives down. Will is right behind him, ready to take a backup shot, but he stones it and just starts dragging it up. This shaft actually didn't go all the way through the spine of this fish, which is a little scary, but he stoned it dead, so it didn't really matter. It's us just gutting it. You know, gutting and bleeding a fish like that with that many sharks around was definitely a choice. Anyway, I saw this nice hogfish, so I told Matt to go down and shoot it, and he nails it. I didn't want to unload my gun in case there was a cobia that swam by, so I had Matt shoot the hogfish. But no other cobia came by, which is sad. How do you think we did today?
Fire.
Nice. Yeah, but that's the end of the video.
Filleting the hogs. All right, these are the carcasses. We're gonna feed them to our pet snapper. Throw it out. Oh, they ate the bass ate the skin. Here's all the fillet scraps. We're gonna feed them to our pet fish. Oh, look at the bass eat it.